Hate to say it, but AMFest was a S show so far, backbiting and squabbling, condescending speeches. It's very disappointing. That's right. They squabbling out there now.
Yeah.
That's right. They squabbling out there now. So your reaction is to pile on calling it a S show. Explain the logic or lack thereof. Ah, yes. Never criticize or course correct. Let it keep happening. Great logic. I mean, that is the MAGA way. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Street Politics. I want to thank you for coming to this meeting of Let 'em Fight. It's been a banner year in 2025, thanks to the instability of MAGA's coalition, as well as the mean-spiritedness and crabs in a barrel mentality that runs through their bloodline. But now that we have collected all the nominees, it's important to go through... What's happening now?
They squabbling out there now.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but they fighting over at AMFest. Turning Point USA, they fighting from stage.
Yeah.
I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen. Look, we got too many already. We full.
Stop the cap.
Now wait a minute. Your tagline is "Let them fight. Let them get it out their system." And clearly they didn't get it out their system. They ain't got it out their system. So you have a duty to follow this through until they in fact get it out their system.
I didn't hear no bell. One more round.
So, if Candace Owens decides to spend every day since the murder of Charlie Kirk casting aspersions at TPUSA and the people who work here, who worked with Charlie every single day, his best friends, to cast aspersions at Mikey McCoy and Andrew Colvin and Blake Neff and Tyler Boyer and yes, at Erica Kirk, and to imply or outright claim complicity in a cover-up over Charlie's murder, to spew absolutely baseless trash implicating everyone from French intelligence to Mossad to members of TPUSA in Charlie's murder or a cover-up in that murder, then we, as people with a microphone, have a moral obligation to call that out by name. Erica Kirk and TPUSA never should have been put in the position to have to defend themselves against such specious and evil attacks, particularly in a time of mourning. And the people who refuse to condemn Candace's truly vicious attacks, and some of them are speaking here, are guilty of cowardice.
Now, first of all, who gave Ben Shapiro the mic? Was he approved? Y'all put his name through security?
Let me in.
Reminder that while Charlie Kirk was still alive, he never had Ben Shapiro anywhere near the AMFest lineup for this year. Probably because he knew of the un-American BS Shapiro would peddle with that kind of platform. A damn shame how Ben Shapiro made it to that stage. So this was how they gonna beat the Israel allegations, is by putting Ben Shapiro up there when he wasn't before. This is like the Shabbat Shalom before he put this cell phone in his thing.
Daddy's home. Take his phone Friday night. Shabbat Shalom.
But Ben Shapiro, phenomenal job, by the way. I'm here for the drama. I'm here for you for the infighting. I'm all here for that. You talking about cowardice? Was it cowardice when you let Candace talk down on black people all those years? Yeah, talking about how black lives white lives matter. In fact, would that have been cowardice? Because y'all definitely platformed that. And you talking about other folks and them not speaking out. Was it cowardice when Megyn Kelly let them come for all the other women and push the trad wives ideology, Christian nationalism taking over on the right wing, and she ain't said nothing? Is that cowardice? But now that the allegations have circled back around, now it's cowardice. Ben Shapiro is so full of it, he hired Candace and let her go after black people and LGBTQ people for years. He only had a problem when she went after his group. He created her. He supported her. He's gone after Muslims, LGBTQ, and other groups himself. Who's he kidding? He's a self-serving racist and homophobe. And you know what? You can feel free to dispute those allegations with your further statements, but we know you won't.
Because we have a duty to truth, we also have a duty to provide you with evidence of the claims that we make. Emotive accusations, conspiracy theories, and just guessing questions, that's lazy and stupid and misleading. None of them are a substitute for truth. None of them are a substitute for evidence. So, when Candace Owens says, "I don't know, but I know," that is, and we are all more for having heard it.
Hey, Candace, he went hard R. The other, start with an R. Start with an R. Yeah, all right. You might want to do a weekend episode. I think you got some fans down there too.
Okay. As far as like those texts and a timeline, like his wife.
Truly, Ben Shapiro, fuck you and the midget horse that you rode in on. And I say that on behalf of the world. I know you're going to get applauded by Konstantin Kisin and Andrew Christ is King Clavin and all of the people, the men who have to keep applauding what you do like you're a 4-year-old to make you feel good. But the rest of the world can't stand you. You're obnoxious. You have absolutely no values that exist outside of the Talmud. You describe yourself as a Talmudic Jew. And I've learned what's in that Talmud, and I encourage other people at home to learn what is in that Talmud so that you know what Ben thinks of you, because he doesn't just hate me, he hates you too, white men. He hates all black people, okay? If he's following the rules of the Talmud, I mean, when I say hates, they think that we're animals, that they have a right to own us, that they have a right to make us worship them, that they have a right to lie to us, that they have a right to sue us and take everything that we have, that they have a right to deceive us, that they have a right to treat Charlie the way that he treated Charlie while he was alive, only to then try to defraud the population into thinking that he is somehow a part of his legacy, that he somehow cared about Charlie Kirk and cares to protect the people that are working at Turning Point USA. Goodbye, Ben. Goodbye. The question is, how much more money is Ben Shapiro going to spend to make people think that he's popular? How many more articles is his father going to write under a pen name, Hank Berrien of the Daily Wire, under the pen name Hank Berrien, as he wrote while Ben was at Breitbart, before he turned his back and betrayed them too, because that is his nature. He's one of these belly creatures, sliver on. The question is, how many more weeks and years do we have to keep pretending like Ben Shapiro is relevant?
And Megyn Kelly, don't think you're going to get away from all this. No, he did say your name. No, Megyn Kelly, not the R word. He said your official name.
So no, Tucker Carlson, it is not an excuse to go silent on Candace's targeting of TPUSA. Or to mirror her bullshit lines of questioning because you love Candace personally. The same holds true of Megyn Kelly, a person I consider a friend, characterizing Candace as a young mother and thus shying away from condemning her actions or fibbing about them. That is a non-starter. Meghan Markle is a young mother. Ilhan Omar is a young mother. That doesn't matter. And when Megyn said this week, quote, "My goal and my job here is to try to understand, yes, where Candace is coming from on this," and says she sees no purpose in inserting herself, quote, into this on one side, that is a moral and logical absurdity. There is only one moral side here, Erica Kirk's side. You know, the side of the widow with 2 children whose husband was shot live on camera in front of all of us. Friendship with the person accusing TPUSA of a cover-up of Charlie's murder is no excuse for cowardice.
I told you. I told you. Fight back, Megyn Kelly. No, that doesn't mean reflexively attack black people. That's not who attacked you. It's so hard dealing with you. It's so hard instigating with you. Only cowards tolerate conspiracy theorists. Ben Shapiro delivered a barn burner tonight at TPUSA. Who called Bari Weiss? Who called? Oh, because I said the R word. Ain't you supposed to be helping lift up them CBS News ratings? No, that town hall with Erica Kirk lost to reruns of ridiculousness, and that runs 24 hours. No, the Erica Kirk TPUSA town hall lost to reruns of what's happening now. Not even what's happening, the what's happening now. And not to be missed in all of this is her inability to even feign objectivity with regards to left and right, or with regards to the Israel lobby. A barn burner, you say? Thanks for signing on. Ben Shapiro and Bari Weiss in a joint attack on yours truly, their friend tonight, without a damn clue what's been going on behind the scenes for months. Probably should have checked with TPUSA and Erica Kirk first. I'm embarrassed for them. Oh, we all embarrassed for Bari Weiss. I'm embarrassed for people still employed by CBS News. I'm embarrassed by people whose names start with C. That's how bad she's going right about now. As for Ben Shapiro, it's not going to get no better.
You cited during your speech truth as the most important tenet of American conservatism. Why, therefore, did you call irrelevant the Israeli attack in 1967 on the USS Liberty, which left dozens of American servicemen dead and hundreds wounded?
So what I actually said is that if we're looking at modern Israeli-American relations, looking at an attack that happened mistakenly by multiple Navy reports, multiple Israeli reports, and all available evidence, and using that attack in order to undermine today's relations between Israel and America, that's irrelevant. As irrelevant as it would be to cite a piece of evidence from World War II or from 1776 to define America's relations with, for example, Great Britain or Germany today. That does not mean that the attack wasn't horrible for the Americans involved, that it wasn't bloody and terrible. The Israeli government paid reparations to the people who were killed. If you look at the actual military record of what happened on the USS Liberty, it was clearly a mistaken and tragic attack. The people who frequently cite the USS Liberty, however, are not talking about the specifics of the USS Liberty. I suspect that the vast majority of people who bring this up are doing so in order to suggest that Israel deliberately attacked an American ship because Israel deliberately wants to harm America. It is connected generally with a larger point. I wonder if that's your point.
If the truth matters, then the Israeli government must be held accountable for that attack. The American flag was flying on that ship. You do not mistake an American ship for a foreign one when our flag is flying.
So,
this is disgusting from Ben Shapiro, as if there aren't actual survivors of the attack on the USS Liberty who have shared their story. I'm not surprised Ben isn't interested, because it hurts his entire agenda, which is using USA to benefit Israel. That was pretty well timed, pressing Ben Shapiro while on stage about the USS Liberty. That smells like the Groypers, don't it? That smell like the Groypers came down there? Are they fighting in the hallway? John Doyle tried assaulting a Groyper after getting pressed.
I'm lucky I signed that fucking deal. If I were independent, I would bring it. Whoa, calm down, man. Get out.
We're supposed to be about Jesus. We're supposed to be about Jesus at TPU. We about Jesus hating Muslims, black people, immigrants, and gay people, and poor people, and women, and Jesus. What y'all fighting for? So you ran away to AMFest to intentionally cause trouble and then ran away like a bee when he took a step towards you. Groypers really are just leftists. You know what? I'm fine with that. Ain't gonna be nothing but leftists when y'all done. We all gonna be Marxists, because anybody you disagree with, we all just gonna be leftists. Good luck winning an election like that. By the way, Nick Fuentes, you might want to weigh in here.
The Levins, the Wexlers, we're just laughing in your face. We're not listening. You're Jewish, you're pro-Israel, you're fucking cringe. Suffice to say, we're not listening anymore. You had your chance. You had goodwill. You even had censorship and all sorts of other built-in advantages in the media market, and you blew it. With your disingenuousness, with your omissions and your lies, your hypocrisy, your cancel culture, you blew it. Think about the advantage that they had. A guy like Ben Shapiro, he had no rivals. And Tucker pointed this out. Shapiro has a deal with Facebook. I imagine he has a deal with YouTube. So while everybody was being censored by Facebook and YouTube, Shapiro was being promoted. Do you know what a good deal that is? That would be like if you went into business selling hamburgers and the government said, we're going to subsidize Burger King and McDonald's is not allowed to obtain a business license. That's the deal that Daily Wire had going. They were like the number 2 advertiser on Facebook for a decade or something like that. The number 2 most prolific ad buyer on the platform. Meanwhile, and that's the biggest platform. Everybody else was banned. And for 10 years, they were the beneficiary of cancel culture and all those other structural benefits. And what they did with that is they just abused the good faith and the goodwill of the people. They showed their hand, which is they don't care about Americans. They only care about Israel. They were hypocrites. They lied. They were disingenuous. If anybody was critical of their position, they were dismissive or they tried to destroy that person, like myself. And I said on Twitter earlier tonight, I said, Ben Shapiro's finished. You're done, little man. America has had enough of Ben Shapiro. We see you for what you are, and now we're done with you. You're a bitch.
And I can tell you this, Ben Shapiro, because you mentioned Tucker's name too. You saw his face at the top of that bill, did you not? So how'd you think this was going to go?
To question your motives, actually, why can't you answer the question? Why can't you answer that question? Why do you have to imply that some college kid is like some kind of Hitlerite or something because he's asking about an event? Like what? By the way, it is okay to ask questions. And I thought that was like the whole reason we were against the left. They're not going to force you to get up there and make ritual denunciations because this isn't my religion, it's politics. By the way, your politics do not trump my love for other people.
Okay, I have a response to that, but let's first all laugh at Bari Weiss. That's the same Tucker Carlson. We know how he feels about you. He headlining the event. Still. Oh, I love Let Them Fight. I tell you, I have some. Thank y'all for bringing me back into this one. Thank y'all. I thought we was full, but I actually can't get enough of this. Now, as far as you're concerned, Tucker, love the shot at Ben Shapiro. Solid. I love the shot. As far as we're just asking questions, y'all not slick. Y'all not. We're just asking questions. Why does my organization need black people? Why does the country need immigrants? Why do women need to vote? We just asking questions. We just asking questions. Mm-hmm. You know we can see you, right?
Most people agree with that. Most Americans have more in common with each other than they disagree on. And almost everybody agrees on that. And almost everybody is willing to tolerate a good faith argument about how to get there. Except a few. And they're the ones running around calling everyone an anti-Semite. But everyone else is like, yeah, of course, that should be the debate. And they'll vote for you. They want that because they know they haven't had that. That's the fact. And what you're watching now, attacking millions of Americans because they're Muslims, it's disgusting. And I'm a Christian. I'm not a Muslim. I know there's a lot of effort to claim I'm a secret jihadi. I'm not. You should not attack people on those grounds. And you're seeing it from Republicans. What the hell are you doing? What you're doing is trying to divide the country. And I've lived through 50 years of this crap. All these fake race wars that they're always promoting. Oh, go hate each other while we loot the treasury. That's exactly what's going on. And most people are totally sick of that. So yes, there is a possibility for a huge coalition of decent people once they free their minds from the traps set for them by others and realize, wait a second, we all want to make this country better. And the 15% or 30% who don't, okay. You know, good luck in Maryland or wherever you wind up. But the rest of us would like to fix it.
Okay, first of all, thank you for banishing them to Maryland, thereby indicating you will not be there. I appreciate that. Here's my concern, Tucker Carlson. That was a uniting message about not attacking people because they're Muslim. Like, that's the kind of thing that we said, like, pre-election in order to point the finger at the hatefulness within MAGA. At this point, that would be something that might heal the... Mac? Oh, that was divisive within MAGA?
What? Okay, so I just got tagged in a video of Tucker Carlson speaking at AMFest. I don't know what's going on with this lighting here. Saying that we need to be nicer to Muslims. What the what in the actual... Their prophet, essay, and married children. We need to be nice to somebody who believes in prophet who does that to children? I'm sorry. How much did they have to pay you to say that to a crowd of Americans?
Oh, they are nowhere remotely even close to a peaceful Christian message. Wow. I gave them too much credit. My bad, Tucker. I gave them too much credit. I thought that not hating people because they're Muslim would be a uniting message. I didn't realize just how far gone MAGA in fact was. And I certainly hope the Muslim for Trumps heard that one. Pushback for not being nasty and standoffish and closed off to people because they are Muslims. Yes, there was pushback. And you know what? I have to push back on the left because this was also well said. I want to reserve a special holiday FU to every liberal and Democrat for letting Tucker Carlson be the one to call out Islamophobia. I mean, we got people running specifically on a platform of Islamophobia. We have elected officials talking about people should be disqualified from public office because they're Muslim. And Tucker Carlson, the one who goes out on a limb. Amen to that one. What's that? Oh, he won finish?
There's more. Tucker Carlson's speech at AmFest may go down as one of the most historical speeches of all time.
Anti-Semitism is not just naughty, it's immoral. And it is precisely as immoral as hating any other group. And that would include other groups in the United States that are hated and have been under attack for decades.
Okay, with Tucker Carlson, where you going with this? No, he trying to get booked at Essence Fest. He trying to get booked at Essence Fest. That's all. Now, you ain't slick, Tucker Carlson.
And that would include other groups in the United States that are hated and have been under attack for decades. And that would include white men.
Is he talking about light-skinned? Is he? biracial or? Is you talking about black men in tan suits or with a perm, like the black man of old that had the perm? No. He really said white men, didn't he? He really said white men.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Who did nothing to become white men. They were born that way. And just because you have a beef with a white man, let's just say Donald Trump, doesn't mean you get to punish all the rest of the white men in the country.
I'm glad you mentioned Donald Trump. You could have also mentioned J.D. Vance or Pete Hegseth or Howard Lutnick or Scott Bessent or Mike Johnson or John Thune or Elon Musk or Bill Ackman. It's fascinating because we have reason to bring this up regularly because of how often they go here. It is fascinating the disconnect between the oppression that white men will claim they suffer from the reality that they see every single day. Because at the end of the day, the only question that need be asked, if that is how you really feel, is would you like to trade places? Would you like to trade, Tucker Carlson? How about that? I don't know. It might feel good to know that no matter what I have on my record, no matter what I've done, I could be elected president. That might feel nice. So what do you say, Tucker?
Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand?
Hate to say it, but AMFest was a S show so far, backbiting and squabbling, condescending speeches. It's very disappointing. That's right. They squabbling out there now.
Yeah.
That's right. They squabbling out there now. So your reaction is to pile on calling it a S show. Explain the logic or lack thereof. Ah, yes. Never criticize or course correct. Let it keep happening. Great logic. I mean, that is the MAGA way. that is the MAGA way. That Trump just had a whole speech to the nation that was never criticize or course correct. That's what y'all do.
He's right, you know.
Tucker Carlson totally upstaged Ben Shapiro. Very mature, well-articulated response after Shapiro called for Tucker to be denounced on AMFest stage. Really poor use of his platform. That's not what Charlie would have wanted. We're better than this.
Ben Shapiro, I challenge you to a debate. I challenge you anywhere, anytime, any place, as long as there is a neutral moderator. And we don't even need a moderator. We can just go at it. Like the Lincoln Douglas debate, I'll go 10 hours with you, sonny boy. In fact, no moderator needed. Let's just get up here at a podium and let's just start going after it. And I'm going to eat you alive. And you know what? I predict that Ben Shapiro won't take this challenge. And if it gets raised to him, because I'm going to start beating the drum on this, if he doesn't do it, and I know he won't, he'll say, oh, I'm not going to give him attention. I'm not going to platform him. I'm not going to elevate him. Son, I had a bigger audience than you've ever had when you were in junior high. I have had the biggest, hands down, English-speaking program in the world for at least 2 years, 2016, 2017. I am always in the top 5 English-speaking broadcasters in the world, if you look at all the different numbers. You have never been bigger than me.
But wait, there's more.
Now, Benji Shapiro sat up here last night, and he was all, it's all about the truth. Ben, I've known you a long time, brother. You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Let's face it, Ben Shapiro is the farthest thing from MAGA. Let's be blunt. He is a hardcore never Trumper. He's a hardcore never Trumper. In the spring of 16, he tried to upend Breitbart. He walked off the job, made a big deal about some incident in Mar-a-Lago with Corey Lewandowski. He tried to turn it to Ted Cruz from Donald Trump because he hated Donald Trump. In the general election, he barely supported Donald Trump. The first sign of when President Trump gets sent back to Mar-a-Lago, the very first individual that jumped on the Ron DeSantis train, the Israel First train, was Ben Shapiro. And those are the darkest days we had.
Oh, we got one. We got one. All right, cool. Now I'm here for that. Apparently, we just gonna have to have open enrollment. We can't end it at the end. We just gotta have open enrollment for Let Them Fight, because if we honest, they're not gonna be decent during the holidays. They're not gonna be decent during the holidays. I'm only curious about how things went with Black Maga. Was Black Maga there when Tucker Carlson was talking about the white men? This video will make your day. Watch Fresh get kicked out while Myron gets brutally rejected by security trying to enter AMFest. Also, Andrew Wilson was put on their blacklist. This just get better and better, don't it? Hey, we gonna have to change. They gonna have to. Hey, we can't call it AMFest right now. This is a Let Them Fight celebration.
Yeah. Thanks for being cool about it, man. Cool. Appreciate it. But did it say what I did or something, or? No, I got nothing. Damn. All right. Well, kicked out. Apparently, I don't know why. But yeah. That's crazy, right? What did I do? What the heck? What did I do, bro?
You got your names. They have your social medias and everything.
I've been there before. Yeah, I've been there before. I've been not let into house parties and go-go's, all kind of things. Because I was a nerd. Because they called me Urkel. So I'm imagining it's the same reasoning for you. Actually, that's a lie. It's because you're brown. I was trying to show a little bit of kinship, but you know, I can't with y'all. Y'all deserve to hear the truth. These are the fans that you collected this whole time. Well, when you come out in person, now you see how they really feel. You know what? I was already going to have a Let Them Fight MVP of the year. I think I might do an Uncle Ruckus Award. What y'all think? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know your nominees. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I am truly happy you're here. I would never do you like Target.
I'm so excited to show you what I got in my Target grab bag this year. I waited all night so I could get this. Okay, so the first thing I got was They Hate You.
So I made sure I pushed out those merch discount codes for the peoplesgetup.com and reesewaters.com to all the people in deep waters and troubled waters. That also goes for the people that are a part of our Patreon. Oh, that's right. We also have a Patreon. All of the benefits listed mirror those here on membership on YouTube, in addition to the weekly newsletter. Let's see what we got here. Trump's protective bubble may be popping. That's not the only thing popping. This Let Them Fight banquet about to be lit. I can tell you that right now. Yes! Yes! If you want to get the weekly newsletter, you can sign up for it at patreon.com/ReeseWaters. And if you want to sign up for the monthly newsletter, that's over at ReeseWaters.com. Now, we are in end of year award season, and I want to hear from you. So be on the lookout on the community tab, as well as my lives, for polls that will help me weed through the nomination process. And I would say 2025 has been the year of FAFO, has it not? I would say so, which makes this particularly appropriate. Hello, my FATFO shirt just arrived and I had to get some pics. Also, my daughter wanted to show off her Labubu because her MAGA mom forbids them for being demonic. So, of course, daddy got her one. LOL. I hope you're having a great week from my man, Jared. Now, Jared, shout out to you. I love the FATFO gear as well as the Labubu, but YouTube doesn't love showing kids. They definitely don't love showing kids. And I would also say that you said her MAGA mom. You know how litigious they be. Hey, tell your daughter I said respect. Much love. Speaking of respect and love, the last time I was here, I highlighted someone who asked me if they had to be a member to purchase merch and lamenting they wish that they could do more. Well, guess what I received immediately after that? Hi, Reese. I would like to help the 66-year-old lady who wanted merch but thought she needed to be a member. I'd like to buy her the item she wanted. Is this possible? I can be anonymous and don't need to know her address. Thank you for being a bright spot in these dark, dark days. I'm a subscriber and I watch all of your videos. Now, I won't include the name because that person did say that they could be kept anonymous. But what I will say is, just as I said the first time that it's that kind of love that is so much more significant than any financial contribution might be, here is another example of that. And is the connectiveness and the strength of the bond in this community that has truly transformed not only my life, but what I even thought was possible in this particular space. So I want to thank you. And I would like to offer you both the item of your choice. I'll be reaching out to both of you in the nature of paying it forward. Maybe we can start a whole pay forward chain and then everybody pays for the next. That would get messy because I'm cheap. So I can only imagine how cheap some of the people who follow me be. That's going to be a whole mess. Y'all know who you are.